Okay, this is the first time I've ever made a video, so it's gonna be incredibly cringy, but you're just gonna have to bear with me. So, how to make your own Minecraft pony thing, whatever. You're gonna have these two things downloaded. It's gonna be this .cpm project file and this base skin file. The first thing you're gonna want to do is go into your favorite, you know, image editor software, whatever you want, and we're going to edit this base skin file. So if you'll just let me, please. There we go. So this is your base skin. There's a lot going on here. Don't touch this big brown thing yet, and don't touch this red part yet. Ignore everything on this side. We're just gonna be focusing on this side. So, basically, it's pretty straightforward. You guys are artists. You know how to work with color filters, I assume, somewhat, hopefully. If you don't, probably the easiest way to change the skin is to just set whatever preferred color you want to clipping. I'm just gonna make mine blue. And we can set it to color, and then just play with the settings from there. I'm not really gonna go super far into it because I'm not trying that hard, but you know the drill. God, that looks terrible. Okay, cool. We have a color, kind of. So, just as a point of reference, I'm gonna turn these off so you can see. These are the eyes, obviously. This little black color over here is going to be your eyelash color. So here, here, and this little part at the bottom here. So here, here, and here are going to be your eyelash color. And of course on the eyes as well. And then other than that, there's not really anything you need to worry about besides these two down here. These little squares are going to be where the ass mark goes. So draw whatever it is you want. I'm going to put a smiley face. Cool. And of course when you're done with it, make sure you get rid of this gross yellow bit. It's not going to look very pleasant. And it's pretty much just like normal Minecraft skin editing, if you've ever done that. And cool, and the last part you need to worry about is this little tiny square at the bottom here. Let's see at the bottom. It's going to be, sorry, it's going to be the magic color of your pony's magic, if they're a unicorn. So you can just change that to whatever you want. Let's make it yellow. And hell, let's make the eyes yellow as well. Just to waste your time a little bit. Okay. Yay! Completely finished skin. Awesome. I don't know why that part looks so bad. There we go. So when you're done with that, you're gonna save. We're just gonna save it in the original spot that we saved it. You can name it whatever you want. Let's just say Blue Unicorn. Cool. So that's gonna be our skin. Now you're gonna open up Minecraft, and at the top left here, there should be this little open skin editor thing. If it comes up with this warning, we don't give a shit. It doesn't care. Or, sorry, we don't care. And we're going to load in that CPM project file. So you're gonna click File, Load, and we're gonna navigate to wherever it is that we downloaded our file. So in my case, it's in my downloads folder, and I put it in this folder, and there it is. unicornbasepony.cpm project. It should look something like that. We're gonna open it, and we have this ugly gray horse. Cool. Yeah, it's supposed to look like this. It's supposed to have this weird square and whatever it is. If it's a unicorn, if it's the other two, it's not gonna have that. Don't worry about it. Anyways, we're gonna go into texture, and we're going to go to skin settings, open skin, and again we're going to navigate to wherever it was that we saved the skin that we just made. So, oh god. hell is it? Here we go. Okay, blue unicorn. That's what I named it. Open. And now our skin is in here. If you want to make any changes, you actually can. In this texture tab, there's a nice little drawing feature. You can add whatever it is you want. If something doesn't look right, you can change the skin from here. You can also draw over in this top right corner here and edit it directly from here. It's just nice and convenient. So, now that we have gotten to this part, we're going to work on the main. Before we do that, just keep in mind, your skin is not going to save by itself. Make sure that you're saving it regularly by going into skin settings and clicking Save Skin, as well as saving your model by going to File, Save. Or you can just do Control S, which is what I do. It's a lot easier to do on the fly. So now we're going to work on the main. Don't worry about the colors of the main just yet. It's not going to matter. Don't touch this. I'm serious, don't touch it. Okay, so now we're going to make the main. When you go and look at the side here, you're going to see these two at the top, the head and the body. And underneath the head, we're going to see this bright blue main. Underneath the main, we're going to see all these little bits and pieces. So everything with the D next to it, you should be able to delete. Anything that doesn't have a D, obviously don't touch it. So what we're going to want to do with these, and it's very important that you follow this step, is we're going to make sure that we duplicate whatever it is that we're adding on. So if I want to add, say, a big long main piece down the side here, I want it to be attached to here, I'm going to duplicate it, and at the bottom it might say, hey, do you want to duplicate the animations? Yes, always duplicate the animations, otherwise it might look a little bit wonky. And from there we can edit it however we want. This program is really buggy, so it might screw up. Control Z is your best friend. Very frequently it likes to do stuff like that. So let's make it ridiculously ugly long hairpiece. Yay, beautiful. When you're working with this, you're only going to want to work with the size, rotation, and position. So anytime you duplicate it, again, right click, duplicate, it will make an exact copy of whatever it is you're making. And at the top you can use the size, the rotation, or the position to change it. I would not touch the offset. I just generally don't touch it. The position does the exact same thing. Wouldn't recommend to touch it. And that's about it. So let's duplicate this one more time. Duplicate animations, and we'll move it over here. Ugliest thing I've ever seen, but you know what? It's okay. She's never gonna be real anyways. The tail is slightly different than the main, because it has one very important part that you can't delete. So underneath the body, you'll see the tail base, and underneath the tail base is all your tail things. Tail base, I would not delete it. Actually, don't delete it, because it's what animates the entire tail. And these first two as well, I wouldn't recommend deleting because they do have some animations. You technically can delete them. It won't be the end of the world, but, I just would not recommend it. This one, you can kill. And, of course, you can resize these however you want. It does not matter. So let's give her a big, long, disgusting tail. Beautiful. Awesome. We're not worried about colors yet. Don't even think about coloring your mane because you're going to have to redo it in a second anyways. There we go. Yay. She's so nasty. Aw. And there we go. So, of course, file, save. When you're done with your mane and your tail, we're now going to finally go to the last step, which is texturing the mane and the tail. So, of course, we're going to go back to texture, and we're going to open back up that skin editor that we had before, and we're going to take this big brown block and we're going to delete all of it. All gone. Save your work. Yes, save over it. And you're going to click, when you go back to your Minecraft, you're going to click this little reload button here. And she's going to be bald. Don't worry, it's still there. We just have to texture it. So, we're going to start again with the main. So, when you look under the main, there are these little, when you click on a piece of the main and you look at this top right here, this little thing will show up. So any part of the main you click on will show up here. And this is basically just where it's going to read the data of the skin from. So you see if I put it over here, it'll start being like, oh, that's where I'm supposed to put the eyes. So that being said, we're gonna just organize our main a little bit, and for now I would just make it a solid color. Do not worry about coloring it. Move it to a convenient spot. We're gonna keep it right here, and we're gonna click this little fill tool button, and then we're going to click on it. And now our main is blue. Technically, these little corners at the top left you don't need. I would recommend erasing them for optimization, kind of as you go. It'll also help you fit pieces together, especially if you have a lot of pieces, so you can do that. And we're basically just going to go through here and place down every single main piece that we need. I'm going to stop erasing these little pieces just for time, but again, I do still recommend it because it just means that there's less pixels that the game is loading in. Here and here. Yippee! So now it's all back, and it might show up here. Don't worry about that yet. We're gonna fix that in a second, because when we scroll down to the tail base, make sure you texture the tail base as well. You don't need to do that for this part of the main. This part, just keep it in this little red box. But the tail base, definitely, you're going to want to texture. So we'll just put this here, and we'll make it blue. And we'll take this here, and we'll make it blue as well. And the last one, you're never going to guess what color I want to make it. That's right, it's blue. Yay! Okay. This last part, I recommend you can technically save it here. Save skin. Remember, your skin is different from your model, so save your skin. You can technically open it up back in whatever program you want and edit it here, but I would recommend just doing it straight on the Minecraft editor first. So let's say we want to give her some purple. We'll change the color of our pencil, and we'll click on the part that we want to edit. So I want to click on this part, so it's going to be here. And we can draw it straight on. And that will give you just a good reference of where everything is, because it can be a little bit confusing. Of course, you can edit it and make it as pretty as you want. I'm not doing a very good job of making it pretty, but it sure is. I mean, these are definitely colors. That's for sure. If you want to draw on every part at once, you can scroll to the top and click on Root, and that will allow you to edit everything. Wouldn't completely recommend it unless you really are careful with what you're doing, because you can very easily get pieces of main onto the body in this way, but it is useful if you're trying to draw across multiple parts. And of course you can also draw on this little part here. It does the exact same thing as if you draw on the body. So when you're done, save your skin. If you want to edit it here, you can edit it here and then save it here and then reload your skin, so on and so forth. Work it all out. So after you've done all that, we have our pony. She's finally finished. Or just for good measure, let's save her, and let's save her skin one more time. And we're going to test her in game. So you get a file, test in game, any world you want. If it'll load. Please. There! Yay! God, she's ugly. Oh my god. I'm so sorry. Well, you can run around in that and jump around and test the animations, do whatever you want, just to make sure that it all works and it's all animating properly. Once you're done with that, we're going to export it, so that way we can actually play as it. So you're going to go to File, Export, shut up, and then we're going to click, oh my gosh, sorry. It'll start off as skin, but we're going to change that to model, and we're going to name it whatever we want. And you can even set an icon. You can like import an image if you want. Has to be like 128 by 128, I think. It really does not even matter. Like only you are going to see it, but you can do it if you want. So we're going to export it, and I'm going to click OK, and it'll take a second to load. Yay, we're done. So now when we exit, no, I don't want to discard unsaved changes, Jesus. We can go into single player, and we can go into whatever world we need to. We're multiplayer server. When you come in, you'll start off as your normal guy, whatever skin you have on. Actually, I do not have my normal skin on. But when you go into the menu, which by default is going to be G, but it may not work with all the mods you have, so you can always go to Options, Controls, Keybinds, and then scroll down to Custom Player Models, and it'll be this first one. So just find whatever keybind that you want to access the Gestures menu. And when we're done with that, no. Done. And we open it. And you'll see there's some little animations here that you can do. Fun. And you can go to the bottom models, and all of the models that you have exported and uploaded will be right here. So if I select Dingleberry here, and I click apply, there she is. Now I'm in the game, and I can do whatever I please. And there's the magic. It should work. I don't know why it's pink. Yeah, don't ask me. Anyways, that's gonna be all for this. Thank you.